Welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to show you guys some little informations that I just found, and I think you guys are going to find this video very helpful, very quick and easy for you to get up and rolling if you are thinking about doing self-publishing, if you are wanting to create low content books that you want to sell on Amazon. And for those of you who are new to that concept of low content books, it can really be anything. If you actually go over here to bookbolt.io, we're going to be talking about this software today, but you can actually see a video that is going to show you all of the different types of low content books that you can do. But just for examples, you can do journals, you can do planners, you can do notebooks, sketchbooks, you can do coloring books, Sudoku, crossword puzzles, all different kinds. You can do children's books. The sky really is the limit. I know I say that probably in every live that you guys have watched, but it's true. There are so many different things that you can create, and if you have ever thought about creating something like this, now is the time for you to do it, because one, it'll give you something to do instead of doing doom scrolling. I know I'm guilty of that as well, but I am hoping that the content that I am creating is going to encourage you to create stuff of your own, because that's what we want. We want to consume less, create more. That's the goal here. So the ones I'm going to show you today are low content books that you can create in like 3 minutes or less. So for those of you out there who are thinking, well, I don't have time to do this takes too long, I don't have time to learn it, I'm going to show you exactly how to use this software, and it's going to be the easiest thing that you have seen. It takes very little time, and yeah, we're going to go step by step here. So if you go over to BookBolt right here, it's bookbolt.io. I have a little code for you. You can use my link. You can get in here and you can do your first book for free. And then if you want to upgrade, you can grab my link, Magic20, to save 20% forever on your BookBolt subscription, which is a magical deal, I must say. But once you do that and you create your free account, this is what you're going to see. So right over here on the left side of your dashboard, you're going to have product searches, book scouts, all of these different things, keyword searches, and so forth. I want to talk about two different things today. I'm going to talk about the product search tool right here that you get access to, and then we're going to hop into the studio so you can actually create the thing that I am talking about. I think you're going to find out exactly what I'm talking about here in about 2 seconds. So right here, when you say product search, it's going to pull up things that are trending right now that have good search volume, that are selling really well. And so as I do when I get on a live with you guys, or when I'm showing anyone how to use the software, is I'm just going to poke around here. So I haven't even typed in a keyword or anything. I went over here to product search, scrolling down here. And when I'm scrolling down here, I'm going to keep going. We see some trivia books. We see some coloring books. We see scissor cutting skills. If you saw I did a live a while ago, a couple weeks ago, and I showed you exactly how to make a scissor cutting book like this. Practice for kids. There's how to draw anything human body. If we keep going, look at this right here. It's handwriting practice paper, 120 pages, blank dotted line paper for students learning to write letters. So this is something that you could actually recreate inside of BookBolt so easily. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it and how to create your cover so that you can download that file and upload it to Amazon KDP. Now, if you're following me on any of my socials, I just did a video the other day, I think it was yesterday actually, and I did a tutorial of exactly how I would create a journal, publish it on Amazon KDP, but then how I get to order author copies super cheap. So if you were going through a lot of the other self-publishing platforms out there, there are several, but it's going to cost you like $10 to $15 to get examples of things that you're creating. If you are publishing through Amazon KDP, once you get your book published on there, which again, I'm going to walk you through that entire process today or tonight, but once you put everything up there, you get your book up there, it gets approved on Amazon KDP, then you get a little button that says order author copies. And depending on how big your book is, but for example, my children's books that I self-publish, I can get my paperbacks for like $3 or $4 a piece through my author copy button. And isn't that so cool? I don't see enough people talking about this. So if you are someone who likes to do handmade markets, maybe, there's a lot of Christmas markets coming up and you want to start selling your coloring books, your this, your that, whatever, that might be a way to do it and do it cheaply and affordably. So hopefully that gets you excited. I'm excited. Okay. So if we look right here, it's handwriting practice paper. Okay. So this really stuck out to me. You can see the estimated sales that we're doing. You can see, is it moving? How much are they selling it for? Everything inside of BookBolt is independently published because it works in tandem with Amazon KDP. So you can see it's independently published. So this gives me a good idea like, hey, I can create a book that's handwriting practice papers too. It's 120 pages. Okay, so this gives me an idea. I would do a flashier cover personally, but here we go. We're going to go right down here to BookBolt Studio, open that, and it's going to open this. If you have a previous project, it's going to open that, the one that you were working on the soonest, the previous project that you were working on, but you're going to go right up here to project, new project, and you're going to say, I'm going to make a paperback. I'm going to do the cover and the interior. It's a low content book, and you're going to give it a name. So I'm going to say handwriting practice. And then we're going to say, what size book do we want? Do we want it, you know, all these different sizes? I'm going to do 8.5 by 11 right here because that's a standard, you know, regular paper size. And we're going to do black and white interior with white paper. How many pages do we want? Well, the other one was 120, so I'm going to do 120 as well. I'm going to say create project. So when this opens up, you're going to see we have our margins perfectly aligned right here. And this tells us that everything outside of the orange, we want to be very careful of. We don't want to have any text that is overflowing over here. We don't want to have anything inside of this yellow box. So Amazon puts a barcode right here, and we don't want anything covering that. We don't want any images. We don't want any text or anything like that covering that little box. So we want to avoid that, and we want to stay inside our margins. This little guy right here is our spine. So for those of you who are writing like novels or you're doing thicker books, you're going to have a bigger area to work with right here, and you're going to want to put text on there. So if you think of like the spine of a book, you're going to want to decorate that and put text there, but we are not doing that. We have a nice little spine. I'm not even going to worry about putting text on here. All I'm going to worry about is designing the front cover, which is my right side, and the back cover, which is my left side. Now, once we go down here, you will be able to see on all of these pages down here, this is our 120 pages. And you can see they're even and odd. So this is our front page and our back page. It's 120 different pages. So what we can do now is we can either design each little page from scratch if we want to, or we can hop over here to this little puzzle piece and we can say, hey, BookBolt, help. Like, let me use one of your templates that you guys have already designed and let's try it out. So we're going to go right here to our page templates, and I'm just going to show you some of the options that we have here as far as what we can use. These are already pre-designed templates. This is not AI. They do have, I will show you, they do have right here these little stars where you can use AI if you want to. If you want to do like an AI cover or AI pictures in here, that is an option. We are not going to do that today. We're going to go right here to that puzzle piece. And then they have all of these different options depending on what kind of low content book you want to do. Now we are doing a handwriting. Look at that handwriting paper. Ta-da! So we don't even have to design the pages. So we're going to click right here. And then we have 3 different options here that again are already pre-designed. So we're going to say, do we want narrow handwriting? So this is really small. Do we want college handwriting, or do we want wide handwriting? So since I'm going to do one for like little kids, you could even do one if you wanted to. You could do like one that gets progressively harder. So you could start big, then medium, then small. But I'm just going to start with this one, and that's the only one I'm going to do. Now, what I'm going to say next is I'm going to select every single page. I'm going to go right here where it says select all, and then I'm going to deselect my cover because we don't need to put that on the cover. We only need it on all of the inside pages like this. You can see they're all green, which means they are all highlighted. We're going to say continue to options. I don't usually mess with this stuff because it's already been pre-designed for me. So it says how much space do you want between the lines, line width, da, 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 da. I'm not going to mess with any of that. I'm just going to say submit. It's going to give me this little ticker here, and it's basically putting all of these pages together, and you'll be able to see the handwriting pages on here. Now this one, what I'm going to do, or what you have the option to do, is you can expand it and make it bigger if you want to. You can make it smaller. I am going to show you a couple different options here. So we're going to say clear pages. We're going to clear template, say okay. And now we have cleared our pages. I'm going to go back to the little puzzle piece and we're going to look through. So this is wide handwritten, college handwritten, narrow. So let's say we're looking at these and we're like, I don't know, it's not really exactly what I wanted. Then we're going to do it from scratch, which is totally an option here. Okay. So we're going to go right here to our little shape section and we're going to say line. And now we have a little line here. And what we can do is we can move this line wherever we go, and then we're going to copy paste a second line. We're going to pull that line down, and now see where I'm going with this? Do you see? Okay, so we're going to copy and paste one more time. I'm going to bring this one right in the middle, but for this middle line, we're going to come up here and we're going to do, what are we going to do? Right here where our little color square is, and we're going to say dashed. And then I'm going to get rid of that so you guys can see. There's our line. Here's our gaps between our dashes. See that right there? So we have our gaps between our dashes here. We can make them bigger. We can make them smaller. I kind of like that right there. Maybe a little less like that. And then, of course, we can adjust the color. And there we go. Now, once we have this, I'm just clicking my mouse and I'm going to select all of these. And this is like a stacker, which helps you align everything to make sure it's centered, or if you want everything to go one way or the other. Mine is already aligned. I'm not going to worry about that. So I have everything selected. And again, I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to drag this down here, copy and paste, drag it down, copy and paste, drag it down, and copy and paste to drag down here. And as you can see, ta-da! The only thing I'm going to do right here is I'm just going to bring in just a little bit, because Amazon can be a little bit picky if we get too close to that dotted green line. So I just want to stay away from that dotted green line so that they're like, hey, you need to fix this. I don't want to mess with that. So here we go. Now we have these. Now what some people will do, like let's say you want the kids to practice certain letters, then you would go right here to text and you would say add text, add heading, either one. Heading's going to be a little bit bigger. So you could say, like, let's say I want them to practice the letter H. Now you have H. Do you want to do that? Or we can do a lighter H, a slanted H. This is also good for cursive, like practicing making cursive pages, but that's how you do it. And that's very simple, isn't it? Now you can do this again over and over. You can make it super simple. You do not even have to do this. Ta-da! You can do it just like this. Okay. So once we have this, then you paste. You can paste on each page, or you can go back and you can use your templates. You can really set this up however you want to so that you have that handwriting, practicing your handwriting thing. Isn't that cool? I think it is. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. You could even, for those of you who ever wanted to, like if you want to publish an ebook or anything like that, we have a little link right here where if someone clicks on something in the ebook, then it opens a page on your website or whatever. So we have those options. What other options do we have? We have tons of different options here. I'm just looking through here. This is your learning section for those of you who are new to BookBolt. This is going to show you live calls. They have live trainings, walkthroughs, tutorials, all that fun stuff. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to go back over here to our cover. And what we can do on our cover is you can do whatever you want. So for our cover, we could even, if we want to, we could say, let's go back over here actually. Let's do this. I'm just copying this and putting it over here on my cover. And the cover, it's similar to what that other one that we saw right over here. where are we? Right here. We could do something as simple as that, or we can jazz it up a little bit if you would like. I think I'm going to do something maybe just a little jazzier. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided what I want to do. I'm winging it. We're doing this on the fly. Okay, so I'm just going to make this, and we will do, how about, what color do we want to do? I just really think that's pretty. So let's do that. And let's see here. Let's get rid of that. And now you're just going to play with the cover. If you want, you can do, sorry, I had to take a little drink. My throat was getting dry. Okay, let's do this. We're going to add in our heading. And we're going to make it simple. We're going to say, for kids, what age? 4 to 8? Nah, 4 to 6. How about that? We'll do that. And then if you want to, and you want to come here, you can say image generator. And if you do go over here to image generator, you would say change style. And they have illustration, cartoon, animation, watercolor, all these different options for the type of graphic that you want to put on your cover. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to say, just for kicks, what does this do? I'm going to say a kid writing a letter. And this right here says the image count. You can do, I believe, up to 4 images, maybe more. And that just gives you different options. Oh, okay, sure, let's do that. Add to page. So we'll do this. And then I think I'm going to do effects. Nope. Remove background. Let's see what that looks like. Nice. We can do something like this. We can do something like that. For these little guys, I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to move this up. I'm going to do another one. Maybe like that. This one is going off the page, so I'm going to get rid of that. Do I have another one here? Get rid of you. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to adjust our writing up here. Maybe make it a more fun font. Kind of like that. And let's see. So if you want, there, we can do something like this. I'm going to adjust the font just a little bit. A little bit like that. And then we can do, if we want to do like any kind of design or anything like that for the background, we can do that as well. I'm just going to do something simple just to give you guys an idea of things that you can do. Let me know if you guys are watching this or if you're going to watch the replay. Is this easy? Do you like this? What you want to do? Give me some ideas of what you would want to see as far as things that you want to create, and I can do a tutorial for you so we can show you. I had a friend the other day who she's wanting to create journals, and so we talked all the way through that. I did a tutorial for her. It was just so fabulous and fun. I love doing tutorials like that. So, whoop, let's put our star back. There we go. I think I'm going to do some more writing on here. So we have handwriting practice. Let's do regular font here, and then we'll say something like, that's too salesy. Help improve your child's handwriting and boost confidence. Boop. We can reword that at some point. This is what we're doing right now since I'm with you guys. Here we go. Okay, so we'll do something like this. Maybe we'll make it a little bigger. Maybe we'll add a little eclipse here. And then we'll push this. Where's our little eclipse? We'll push this back. And then our eclipse here is, we'll make it, how about red? Maybe not that red. Maybe that red. Okay, you get the idea. Does that make sense? All right. You can do this however you want. And then on the back, some people would just do, honestly, you could just get away with doing that. And then doing a very simple back cover. That could just be, like, you do not have to get fancy with the back cover at all. You could do something just like this. Again, we're going to avoid the little yellow barcode, you know. We're going to avoid that so we don't mess with that. Let's get rid of this. Whoops. Okay, so you get the idea, right? And then for these pages, we're going to say right here, all of this, we're going to say apply to all pages. Select all. Go. Okay, so once we have all of these, we can copy and paste these. I'm not going to do, whoop, that was Pinterest. I'm not going to do the whole thing here, but you get that. We can copy and paste those on every page. And then if you want to use the templates, which would be how you would get this done in like 3 minutes, use that template super easily. And then you have your entire book laid out, 120 pages. You're going to go right here to download, download current project. This guy is downloading. And when this downloads, what you're going to notice is that it's going to download the cover, and then it's also going to download the pages. It's going to, like the manuscript is what it's called, that interior. It's going to download them into 2 files, which is what you're going to need when you go over here to Amazon. We're going to type in Amazon KDP. And we're going to click there. Once we are over here in Amazon KDP, you're going to say create new title. This is completely free to set up your account. You don't have to pay for anything to set up an Amazon KDP account. You're going to do that. You're going to go here to create new title. And then you're going to say paperback, hardcover, Kindle, I'm going to say paperback here. I'm going to open up this paperback cover, or this paperback section, and then we're going to fill out all of this. And I have a video, it's a live video about how to do this super quickly by setting up, they're called hotkeys. And basically it's a one-time thing that you set up. And then if I press, for example, Shift 1, then it fills in all of the information. So I already set up this hotkey, not for this one, but just to show you what that looks like. I just typed in Shift 1 and it has this hotkey. So it fills out all of the information. So you create that hotkey one time, it fills out all of the information, and then you can move forward. So once you have all of that, after this page, you type in your details, you get your content uploaded, you go to paperback rights, as far as like where do you want to distribute and how much do you want to sell your thing for. You're going to go back. Well, you're going to upload it. It's going to go through Amazon. They're going to approve it or tell you if you have any issues with it. If you do have an issue, you just fix it and then you move on, re-upload it, and then once you don't have any issues, you'll get approved, and then you'll be able to see order author copies. If I were to order author copies, this one's a pretty thick book, but for example, my children's books down here, my author copies are cheap. I can order them for like $3 or $4 and it is amazing because then I can take those to markets. I have an author market coming up in September. I can take them to market and then I can sell them for profit. So this is a really kind of a win-win for everybody because I get to sell on Amazon, I get to sell at markets, and I get to get them for a really good deal. So hopefully this little tutorial was helpful for you. If you have any questions about BookBolt or anything that has to do with it, let me know in the comments. Thank you all for joining me and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Thank you all for joining. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I do this live on here and then on YouTube also at the same time, which is why my screen looks wild. Look at that. Doesn't it look so fancy? It's not. It's pretty fun though. But yeah, I do lots of different tutorials, not just with BookBolt, but I do BookBolt as far as people who want to publish, like self-publish low content books, all sorts of books, children's books, journals, planners, all of that stuff. And then, I don't know, I do a lot of different tutorials, lots of tech tutorials. I've had a design business for 10 years and all the tech, all the time. Tech is wild. So, yep, that's that. Thank you all for joining me. Let me know if you guys have any questions or anything from all of that that can feel like a fire hose at some points. But I'm kind of looking through these product searches because I think they're really interesting. If I go down through here, that's where I saw this one and got the idea to make a handwriting practice paper book, which is fun. We've done a coloring book. I have a tutorial on that. What else? Mindfulness patterns. This one might be fun to do a live on at some point. With all these little doodads. Those are neat. Let's see. Oh, see, there it is. I just talked about that on the live, having a cursive writing book. That's a good one. My son is 7, and so we're practicing all of these things. Here's a 5,000 crossword puzzle book. That's pretty cool. Neat. All of these are so fun. This one's my favorite though. I did a live on this one as well, all about Coco Wyo. I've talked about Coco Wyo several times because their book, if you look over here, this one specifically, look how many reviews it has. It is amazing. They have all of these different ones. Oh, that one's cool. They have all of these, I think they have 300 something coloring books at this point. And each of them does so well. They clearly have a system and they're independently published. So they're publishing through Amazon KDP most likely. And so we can actually look this up right here. If we want to dive into this, it says Little Spooky. We can click on that. It opens it up. That's where we just were. But it'll also show you, what did I want to show you? Oh, on here, it shows you, here's the author, how much they're selling it for, their estimated sales volume, how many moving sales they're going to have probably in the next month, when it was published, how many reviews it has. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you. So if you go here, go to Coco Wyo, you can go in here and see all the books that they have. Let's see how many they have now. 361. Wow. That is amazing. I have like 3 other books. They're so cute. Okay, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye.